Hello and welcome here to TalkFCB and welcome back to the channel here today, guys, for another big transfer roundup. Because in today's video, we are going to be focusing on three massive transfer sagas that we've been speaking about a lot over the past few weeks, maybe even the past few months, because we're going to be covering Ousmane Dembélé, Raphinha, the latest on him, and also Frenkie de Jong, all three of them well documented today with all the latest news. So come on, and let's get to this. Because indeed, guys, on a day where our brand new signings, Frenkie and Andreas Christensen, they took a long look into the history and the prestige of this incredible club there. After signing, they took a tour today of the Barça Museum, and that's something that I've actually done with you guys on the channel. Many years ago it was now. But from that alone, and indeed if you've done the tour yourself of the museum, there's a lot to see. There's a lot to soak in and really appreciate about this truly unique club that we are all so heavily linked to. And the big question is right now, looking at Kessie, looking at Andreas Christensen, the question will be, who's going to join them? What other new signings can we expect this summer? Who is going to be coming in at Barça? Well, one man for sure who is going to be staying and remaining part of this club, it is going to be Ousmane Dembélé. There have been plenty of doubts about that, but doubt no more, because multiple sources now say that it was in the hands of Barça, that a renewal until 2024, it's been on the table, but now Barça have given that the go-ahead. They are going to proceed and renew Ousmane Dembélé, keeping him at the club there for 2 more seasons at least. And the club are happy to renew him on terms there that they say will be a 40% reduction in the salary that he earned up until the end of June, of course. And Xavi has always been very clear that he wanted to keep Dembélé as part of his squad. There are conflicting reports right now that on those wages for Dembélé in France from L'Équipe, they have a different view on Dembele's salary, because they say that if he achieves all the bonuses and the variables in that deal, that it will actually reach 10 million euros per year, and it depends on really who you want to believe. The Catalan media, of course, may be trying to keep that figure down. Barca may be looking to keep that salary down, but also in the French media, that could very easily be Moussa Sissoko, who doesn't really want to let on that he did a terrible job in this negotiation here, and the deal that Dembele has got is way less than what they were offered in December. But one thing that we can all take pride in and celebrate on this is that Moussa Sissoko, for sure, he will not receive a single euro bonus from this renewal. But is that Dembele renewal going to affect Raphinha and his potential arrival at Barça? Because obviously earlier on today, guys, on Sunday, we had a lot of doubts. We spoke over on MORETALKFCB. There was reports emerging from the Catalan media that maybe this deal wasn't going to happen, that maybe it wouldn't be both players at Barca next season, maybe it would only be Dembele. But literally 10 minutes after I published that video, it all changed again. And that's the transfer window, isn't it? Everything just changes minute upon minute. Gerard Romero actually replied to my very own tweet about the Raphinha situation, and he doubled down. He has put everything on the line, and he's gone all in on this Raphinha situation. He says that a deal is agreed, and it has been for some time, between Leeds and Barça for 50 million euros plus 10 in variables, and that'll all be paid over 3 separate installments. Romero is so confident, he is absolutely adamant this deal will happen, but more than that too, because later on now in the evening, very interested to see Joaquim Pereira from Sport there. He's a very reliable journalist when it comes to Brazilian players, and he says that Raphinha feels like he's won. And I think he means there won against Leeds, because obviously Leeds would have loved to have sold to Chelsea for the bigger offer, but Raphinha, he feels as though now he's going to achieve his dream. And Joaquim there says that Raphinha will indeed be a Barcelona player, and he could arrive as early as Monday. And even Mike Keegan, Daily Mail in the UK, English source this one, he says that Raphinha is on his way to Barca this summer. It's interesting to see though Fabrizio Romano, he is obviously the one who will really give you the go-ahead. He will give you the here we go when it's ready. But he's not there yet because he says that Raphinha is pushing Leeds to get the deal done with Barca. He is fighting to join us as a club. But Fabrizio says right now there is no final green light yet from Leeds. So Fabrizio is just holding back a bit, I feel, on this deal. And it remains to be seen what's going to happen. Certainly Gerard Romero is incredibly confident, put everything on the line here. And more now are saying it's going to happen. He's going to be on his way. But only time is going to tell us. Then, of course, though, guys, there is the Frenkie de Jong situation. And there's one thing that I've got to make absolutely crystal clear on this before we go into the latest news. But I've heard a lot of Man United fans, you know, on social media, everywhere else, basically coming out and saying, Barcelona, they're to blame. If we don't get De Jong, and it looks like maybe United won't end up getting De Jong, it's all Barca's fault because they won't pay De Jong his wages. They won't give him the money he's owed. And that's the only reason why United aren't getting him. And what absolute nonsense. Let's get one thing right here. From the very beginning of this saga, Frenkie de Jong has never wanted to join Man United. And let's just make that clear, guys, because Frenkie has always had it in his mind that he wants to stay at Barca, and at the very minimum, he's always wanted Champions League football. So if United don't end up getting him, don't look at Barca. Don't blame everything here on the club. It is you that Frenkie did not want to join, and he's never ever been in doubt about that. Now, the latest news on the Barca Frenkie front is that a meeting is going to be organised there, and that will happen in the coming days, apparently, between the Barca board and Frenkie de Jong's agent. There's a bit of unrest there. There's a bit of hostility on the side right now, apparently, of de Jong about the way that all of this has unfolded, about the way that everything has been portrayed maybe in the media. He feels a bit unhappy about that, and that's why the meeting there is scheduled to sort of go over what the situation is. You know, what is Barca's plan? Is there going to be that proposal to lower his salary? Is there going to be a willingness on his side to do that? Or will the two parties just carry on and head, of course, now into training? Because Frenkie, he's back in Barca, and he is going to be rejoining the rest of the players there in Xavi very soon indeed to continue, at least for now, at the club. And from Frenkie's side at least, he does not see that changing. So that right there, guys, was a late night update on the Barca news front, because Dembele, he is going to be staying. Raphinha may indeed join him after all. And Frenkie de Jong and Barca, that's going to be an important meeting. And I think it will be important, basically, for both sides there to get their point across and basically realise, you know, where everybody stands right now and how we progress from here. But please do let me know all of your thoughts down below, guys. What do you make of the transfer situation right now? What do you make of all of these rumours swirling round at every minute, in every hour of the day? Let me know that down below. Thank you indeed for joining me and for your support and your patience and all of that stuff. I will see you soon. But until next time, guys, as always, Visca el Barça.